Hi, my name is Christina Ginter and I received my master's degree from Rutgers Graduate School of Education. I currently teach special education science at New Milford High School. So I'd like to talk to you parents about some tips that can help you further enhance your students' educational experience throughout the school year. What you can do is ensure that you're mirroring some of the techniques that are done in the classroom. So I know sometimes the math that they're doing might seem a little bit complicated, a little bit complex, but if you're trying to show your student the ways that you learned, it might not be as beneficial as what they're learning in the schools. So try to mirror what they're doing at school because it might conflict with what they're trying to do and your child may end up getting more confused than anything else. That's not to say that what you're teaching them is incorrect. It's just it helps build that parent-teacher relationship a little bit better when you're mirroring what's going on at school. And you want to try to maintain a study schedule for them. So if they come home, let's say they have responsibilities to take care of a sibling, chores, if they have to start dinner, for instance. I know a lot of parents are working and they get home late, so sometimes your child's, fending for their own devices, so to speak. So try to set some time, be like, okay, by the time I get home, try to have your homework done within this first hour that you get home. It's still fresh in their mind once they leave the school, so it's easier for them to continue in that mindset of continuing doing work versus doing it later on in the evening. Maybe that'll work for you depending on after school activity schedules, but see if you can try to just have a set time every day or every other day when they're working on what they need to work on for the day coming up, just to make sure that your student and everybody else is on par where they need to be. So maybe ask them for some review sheets, see if you can get the copies of the answer sheet to that. This way you can help with your student at home, help them review what they need to keep working on in class. You can encourage your child to still be an active reader at home too. Set aside a time at night where you can sit there and perhaps read a chapter out of your book. Have the student read a chapter out of their book too. This way they're seeing that behavior modeled from you, so they can also be like, hey, you know what? Mom or dad's doing it. I should probably do it too. This way it gets them realizing like, okay, reading isn't just for school. I'm not only supposed to read when I'm in school. Find something that they're interested in. If they're interested in sports, find out who their favorite athlete is. See if there's perhaps a biography, an autobiography written by them, if it's on their age level, of course, so they can read it, where they can read the information that their favorite sports athlete had, their favorite race car driver, what have you. See what they're interested in and go from there. And another thing to keep in mind that's important, you have to develop some sort of relationship with the teacher. I can't tell you how many times we always try to do whatever we can with the student in class, but then when we don't have reinforcement at home or contact with a parent at home because of crazy schedules, it's difficult to keep the child on pace where they need to be. A lot of teachers, they post their information on class websites. I know personally I do a lot of YouTube clips for biology. Biology is a very complex topic, and unless you understand the terminology, it becomes difficult. But YouTube's got a lot of great resources that you can look at, and I put a lot of it up online. I know a lot of other teachers do, vocabulary review, practice. Try to make it more like a community effort to get your child to succeed. And when you're going through all this, keep in mind the level of your student, your child. You can't use high technical terms with them because they're not going to understand you. And if they can't understand you, you're going to sound like Charlie Brown's teacher to them. They're just going to hear sounds coming out, and they're not going to hear what you have to say. So make sure you're relating to them. You're on their level. You're seeing, okay, maybe I shouldn't be using the word division. Maybe they know the word half. Just try to tone down the higher order level thinking terminology in the beginning, let them master the concept, and then you can work on building that vocabulary that helps out.